Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet.
Welcome everybody to another episode of CorbinCenter. Corbin, you're joining us. You had a busy day, and I'm impressed by you. You know, every time you say that you're going to take like a calm month, sometimes I feel like you just stay busy. And on this one, you were busy. You had two things on this show. First things first, it's NDS versus Lorben Cometh. The Tag Team Championships have been in a state of hot potato. So tell me about this match, how it came out. You gotta be happy with your win.
Yeah, so Battleground's interesting because, like, when you look at the dynamic of the tag teams that are there now, obviously you have Big Humble that we beat for the tag championships, and last month even you saw where it was kind of like Lore gets the positive reaction, I get more of the like negative reaction because I am an asshole. I mean, we've already established that, but Lore and I have a good dynamic going, but. You know, if you think that there's an inevitable breakup coming, I'm going to tell you right now, it is nothing's been planned in the works. So stop worrying about it. We're not worried about it. We've only won 2 tag team championships. We still have more to go. Let's face it. And we're hanging on to these because we retained and we beat NDS. And like the thing that's interesting is when we had the match with Big Humble. Like obviously, like the format was different than their match with the tag team. I'm sorry, I cannot remember their name. TAU, I think it was who it was. But we've wrestled NDS like numerous times. We actually won our first set of tag team championships from them at AWF. So the deal is with that said, we know the dynamic, but like Riley's family comes to a lot of the shows, and Laura gets reactions, and then you have me, and so that's always a big aspect of. Making the dynamic different and the tags different, and we can still get away with some stuff, and I can throw some flashier stuff in, and so it was really interesting to be able to utilize all these elements to make this match different. And of course we put in some time on this one. I thought we had a really solid match. The ending, I think, with all we still managed to slide in my dirty heel tactics on that one, but it worked. And again, the idea that the Tag Team Championships have been kind of hot potato, this is like the first time I think where the championship does not change hands the next show. Again, we're only a month into this reign, so who knows? And we got the anniversary show coming up, and unfortunately I will not be challenging for the championship, but obviously we'll be defending these. We'll talk more about that. I'm sure your next question's about the Rumble, right?
I know. We've talked about how much you don't like the Rumbles and scrambles and stuff like that, and I get it. I truly do. I mean, like it's hard enough sometimes with one-on-one, and now you got so many people. But you were memorable in this one. But I'm just gonna let you tell us about it. Tell us about the Rice Street Rumble.
I know people like Rumbles, but I don't. The Royal Rumble is great because everybody, again, like anything can happen. There's unexpected things that can happen. There's moments that can happen, but there's just so many people and so much is going on, and you just don't know what's going on, and it's a big thing. And so, like, also ultimately too, it's a lot of exertion. It's a lot of trying to lift and throw somebody outside the ring, and it's just a lot. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I felt like I was pretty winded from my first match. I was warm, very warm in there. But here's some fun facts about this Rumble. Now, 2 years ago, Ja, who won this one, won the Rumble last time, and I was actually the second in that match as well. Now, looking at everything that was going on in this Battle Royal, it boils down to us as the final 2. Now, here is what I was thinking. Now, if you know in the match, the final sequence goes... Ja goes for the super kick. We're both battling on the apron. He goes for the super kick. I jump to the railing. And then I ended up having Lore, who is my reliable tag partner, come and grab me, put me back on the apron, save me from my feet hitting the floor. And then I ended up taking a punch, land, push back, and then super kick, and then on to Lore. So, which, by the way, the super kick was right in my freaking ear. So there was that. But here is what ended up happening. Normally in the past when they've set up the ring, I think many of you have seen me do this, where I've hit the railing, or I've jumped to the railing, or tried to jump back from the railing. And one time I even took a punch and fell and was able to grab the railing, so I saved myself. The deal is the concept, this time the ring was a little farther away from that spot. So I was sitting there the whole time going, could I miss a super kick, jump to the apron, and then jump back from the railing back to the apron? But when you're in the final two, you have to make sure that the one thing that doesn't happen is you slip and fall. Because what if I just tried to jump back and ate shit and biffed it on the apron? So it actually came as an audible that in case I needed the help, that Lore would be there ready to help me get back in. And it ended up being a better option. So I went to Lore before he was entering at number 5, and I ran down to Lore and I said, I have an idea that I need as a backup plan. In the time that he was in the Rumble and then got eliminated and came back, I said, actually, we're going to go with this. It will be a much better plan. And I think it got a way better reaction. Because if I would have ate shit, slipped and fell on the concept of trying to come back, what an ending to a Race Street Rumble that would be. That would be amazing. And this worked out way better. It shows solidarity between Laura and I. But if you're wondering how things come together, sometimes it's during an actual match. And that was exactly what happened with the Royal Rumble, or the Rice Street Rumble. We had to come up with what I thought was an audible at the time, but it ended up saving everything and making it work. So I didn't win. It's the third time that I've gotten to the final, or fourth time actually I've gotten to the final 2. Once I've won, 3 times I've been out. But you know what? Whatever. As long as I guess we're done. Like I said, I'm not a big Rumble fan.
Oh man, you know what? Again, you cracked me up, and it was pretty cool to hear. Like a lot of the people were cheering for you. You know, like you could see in a lot of stuff I saw the clips on. People wanted you to win, so I mean, sometimes you can't push that tide. Sometimes you are just such a great asshole that everybody wants to see you win. But I know that because you're my asshole, and that sounds weird. And that's how we're going to end this episode of CorbinCenter.